This is Journal Sports. Tonight's Red River football game begins in just a couple of minutes. This is Journal Sports. Tonight's Red River football game begins in just a couple of minutes, so stay with us. We're getting ready for Red River football. This is Journal Sports. The game begins in just a couple of minutes. The Red River Bulldogs are coming up in just a couple of minutes. Stay with us for tonight's game here on Journal Sports. This is Journal Sports. You're listening to tonight's Red River football game. The game begins momentarily. Stay with us. This is Journal Sports. Tonight's Red River football game begins in just a couple of minutes. This is Journal Sports. Tonight's Red River football game begins in just a couple of minutes, so stay with us. We're getting ready for Red River football. This is Journal Sports. The game begins in just a couple of minutes. The Red River Bulldogs are coming up in just a couple of minutes. Stay with us for tonight's game here on Journal Sports. This is Journal Sports. You're listening to tonight's Red River football game. The game begins momentarily. Stay with us. This is Journal Sports. Tonight's Red River football game begins in just a couple of minutes. This is Journal Sports. Tonight's Red River football game begins in just a couple of minutes, so stay with us. We're getting ready for Red River football. This is Journal Sports. The game begins in just a couple of minutes. The Red River Bulldogs are coming up in just a couple of minutes. Stay with us for tonight's game here on Journal Sports. This is Journal Sports. You're listening to tonight's Red River football game. The game begins momentarily. Stay with us. This is Journal Sports. Tonight's Red River football game begins in just a couple of minutes. This is Journal Sports. Tonight's Red River football game begins in just a couple of minutes, so stay with us. Good evening, everybody. This is Journal Sports, and we are here at Strother Memorial Stadium, getting ready for the first playoff game of the year for Red River High School. And Terry Patterson's with us. Terry, hey, how you doing?
How you doing? I missed you the past couple of weeks. Glad to have you back.
Well, I've been, here and there and everywhere. We all have to make adjustments for this COVID virus thing, don't we?
Right.
But glad to have you carrying on in the meantime. And do want to begin the broadcast with a thank you for our sponsors, American Bank, Rivertown Market, the York Shop, Bank of Coushatta, Bethard & Bethard Attorneys at Law, Coushatta Dairy Queen, Kilpatrick's Roseneath Funeral Home, Chris's Coushatta Healthcare Center, and Family Eye Care, now open in Coushatta. Well, tell me what you see the last couple of weeks with the Bulldogs, Terry.
Man, saw some up and down. Saw more ups than down. You missed a treat against the Royals game. I hate we lost, but I think Darren and would agree with me. We was all kind of glad it ended. We went to double overtime and was headed for a third had a Bulldog not dropped the pass. So been very interesting and exciting couple of weeks without you.
Yeah, I heard about that Avoyles game. That was something else. Of course, Lakeview was another one that I was elsewhere, and that Lakeview game was a really good game, but good if you're a Bulldog fan, right?
Right. Yeah, definitely.
The final score was 50-20.
Yeah, and they actually called the game with like 3 minutes left in the fourth quarter.
Right, that was following a major injury, wasn't it?
Major injury. Found out the young man actually was doing pretty good. He's not expected to play tonight, but he is doing well.
All right. Well, we do wish him the very best. I see on the field, Red River has gone back in the locker room. They don't have the tunnel out tonight, but they've got an honor guard from the cheerleaders, the cheer squad. Lakeview is warming up on the south end of the field. And we're going to take a quick break. Let's take a look. Let's take a 60-second commercial break, and we'll be right back. This is Journal Sports.
Talk about convenient. Rivertown Market is right here at home with everything you need to prepare nutritious meals for your family. If you have a picky eater, Rivertown can please them. Like to grill on the weekend or invite friends over? Check out Rivertown Selection. Save even more with weekly specials listed every Wednesday in the Red River Parish Journal. Your hometown supermarket with a super selection is Rivertown Market is right here at home on the cutoff in Coshada.
Hey, we're back. And we're waiting for the Bulldogs to come out. Earlier during the pregame, before the pregame, they did the prayer and the national anthem, and we're going to have the coin toss in a minute. It's crowd filling in pretty well, aren't they, Terry?
Yes, they are. A little different look tonight with the social distancing going back to the phase 2.
Yeah, it is. I know they got every other row roped off. And they're making announcements that people in the stands are supposed to be wearing face masks. And I believe if you're not sitting with family members, you're supposed to be spaced apart.
Right. So, John, let me ask, by going back to the phase 2, so now does that cut out the band? Because I noticed they're not here tonight.
I don't know if that cuts out the band or not. But they would have to do their social distancing thing, too. Probably the band is not here because school's not in session.
Okay.
That'd be my guess. And you know what that's worth.
Right.
Well, we're due to start in about 6 or 7 minutes from now. It's 7 o'clock, so we'll just let you watch the warm-ups. And we'll get ready for the game ourselves.
Tonight, the Bulldogs host district rival Lakeview Gators.
That's Cody, the booth announcer. You know, it seems to take forever when you're waiting.
Yes, it does.
How many of us are good waiters? Raise your hand. Let's hear.
Excuse me, boss. You have a text message.
Okay.
If everyone will look to the north end zone and give a loud applause for your Red River Bulldogs.
Well, here they come.
Let's see who will be leading them out tonight. Looks like Palmer and Maxie again with the traditional flip by Mosley.
We will be underway very shortly.
Tonight's first round matchup will be the second meeting of these two teams this year. Earlier in the season, the Bulldogs came out victorious over the Gators. Out at midfield is senior center, number 52, Timothy Thomas. He's going to be making the call for the Bulldogs.
Looks like Thomas, number 52, is going to be the captain, or at least he will get in on the coin toss for us.
I'm trying to get a number for you for the Gator captain. Looks like 72.
Yeah, that would.
Well, they're not showing a
I don't
72.
have a 72.
Right. 32.
No, 32, yeah. That's Mikael Schlatter.
Bulldogs are going to receive the ball. That's a first.
Looks like the Bulldogs will be receiving the opening kick.
Okay, well, the receiving team is taking the field. Still waiting for Lakeview.
Receive the kickoff is number 7, Johnny Maxey.
Let's see, we got Maxey back in the back. Let's see, we get those numbers straight as we begin tonight, okay?
All right.
4 is Stanley and 7 is Johnny.
Right.
Johnny's the senior. He's graduating this year. The Stanleys have another year to play.
Bulldog fans, everybody in the
And here come the Lakeview Gators.
Let's see if they're going to go with that onside kick to start like they did when we played them 2 weeks ago.
Well, you just never know. Number 10 is the kicker. That's Simon Messingamba.
Yeah, he's a different kicker. He wasn't the kicker the last time.
All right, the officials say it's time to get this one underway. And there it is. But it's a good long one, taken by one of the Maxies. Good run. He's up to the 40. Still going to the 50. One man to beat, and he's brought down by Trevin Hickman. So that's a great run by Maxie. Brought it back to the 36-yard line. Well, Terry, you got it as the Bulldogs come in. Are they still doing the hurry up?
That's what they're up doing. Bulldogs come out in 3 wide formation, twins to the top side, Smith and Keith in the backfield. Smith calls for it, fakes it to Keith, goes for it, and touchdown to Ryan Palmer.
James Pennington was guarding him, so to speak, but no chance at all. Palmer puts it in, and with less than a minute gone in the game, we're on the board.
What a way to start the game.
Yeah, and make a statement early.
It's going to be number 36, Ryder Hogan.
Glad to see Mr. Hogan back out there again. We didn't get to see much of him against the Royals.
Yeah, that's just a 36-yard run. Let's see how Ryder does.
Kick is up, and it is good.
All right, so 7-0, and we're just getting underway. I'm glad I brought a tablet with 4 or 5 pages on it, because we're going to need it tonight.
Yeah, it looks like it.
So we're getting ready for the kickoff. Let's take a quick 30-second timeout for this from the Dairy Queen.
Have you heard? The dining room is now open at your Coshada Dairy Queen. The meal of the month is the loaded A1 Steakhouse Burger. And the blizzard of the month is the Snickerdoodle Cookie Dough Blizzard. Talk about great. Anytime you are hungry, head to Dairy Queen for a loaded A1 Steakhouse Burger. For dessert, order a Snickerdoodle Cookie Dough Blizzard. The dining room is open, or use the drive-thru at your Coshada Dairy Queen on Highway 71.
Hey, this is John and Terry, and we are here at Strother Memorial Stadium, the brand new Strother Stadium, ready for the kickoff.
Another awesome kick by Mr. Hogan.
Yeah, picking it up at the goal line. Oh, my goodness.
That was
brought down by 4 Bulldogs that's pushed back. Good Lord, who knows what's going on there. Oh, Citric Ficklin man that took the ball, he probably should have just let it, because it bounced right on the goal line. He should have let it go in the end zone.
Yeah, he should have.
Yeah, that's.
It's going to be first in.
Well, let's see what they do.
We don't like identifying players by numbers, John, but number 1 is not on the roster.
Yeah, I got snookered on this one. They changed the roster. They have 2 rosters, one for home and one for away, and I think I hadn't got the most current, so we're just going to adjust. Okay, quarterback is under center. Got one man in the backfield with him. It's a handoff over the left side. Does pretty good. Gets up to about the 12.
Brought down there by Jalen Greer.
It's going to be second. Going to be second and 4 for the Gators. That run good for 6.
Well, it looks
All
like
right.
the Gators are going to come with their game plan from 2 weeks ago. That grinded out.
Well, it works pretty good sometimes.
Right.
You just have to take it as you see it. So the Gators are back up now. Brandon Woods
And 4 for the Gators.
is the quarterback. He's going to be under center. One man in the background. In fact, everybody's just real tight.
That's going to be
And it's a handoff going over the right side, and there's just nothing there.
That run good for no
That was
gain.
taken by Hickman.
Stopped in there by Trenton Greer.
Grigg in there on that tackle. It's going to be third and 4 for the Gators.
Bulldogs showing some life tonight.
Yes, they are. Okay, that brings up a third and about 5. Ball on the 10.
It's going to be third down for the Gators.
Woods under center. Got to hand it off. Woods, a little bit of a mess up on the snap. He just has to eat it and fall on it. And it's going to cost him a yard.
Trent Grigg with the sack.
Stopped in there by,
Fourth down for the
is that Tariq Hussein? Yeah, that was Mr. Hussein on the stop.
Yep. That brings up a 4th down from the 9-yard line. They're just going to have to kick that one away.
Well, John, here's the thing about the Gators. Their punter is also their quarterback, so you never know when they're going to fake it or when they're going to actually punt it.
Well, Mr. Woods is back almost to the goal line. But the Maxies are on the 40, so they're not expecting a real long punt. He gets it away and goes up to midfield.
It's going to be fielded by number 7, Johnny.
And that's Johnny bringing it back, and he's running up to the 40, still going to the 30. Good grief.
26-yard line.
Hickman's finally the man that brought him out of bounds with the help of the quarterback, Brandon Woods, who was the kicker, so I guess you'd call him the last man, huh?
Right.
Well, look what Red River has.
Excellent field position once again.
Unbelievable. First down from their own 35.
It's going to be number 3, Cameron Keith in the back.
25.
Yes, you're right.
1st and 10. Shotgun formation, Keith and Maxie. 3 wide receiver. Thought we have an offside free. Okay, they stopped the play. So let's see if this against the Bulldogs or the. Oh, against the Bulldogs.
Yeah, somebody moved. I saw 2 Gators that were doing some little shuffling in there. But somebody on the offensive line moved. That'll back them up to the 30.
Come out once again, that 3 wide receiver set. This time, twins to the bottom side of the field. Smith and Maxie calls for the ball, fakes the pass.
Throw it over to the side. It's going to be another
Pass
reception
complete
for
to
Palmer.
Palmer, all the way down to the 10-yard line.
Good for about 4.
But he almost broke that one. That's Mikhail Slaughter that brought him down. Big man managed to wrap him up after Brian had, shucked 1 or 2 tacklers.
Sorry, at the 11-yard line. So 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs at the 11-yard line. They're right back up with that up-tempo. 3 wide receiver set. Smith and Keith in the backfield. Smith calls for the ball.
That's going to be a
Fakes the handoff to Keith and just goes nowhere.
No, that's going to cost him a little. Derek Rock was the guy that got through the line and brought him down to the backfield, and that's going to back him up about 2 yards. So it'll be 2nd and 12.
Bulldogs right back up to the line of scrimmage in this 3 wide receiver set. Smith and Keith in the backfield once again.
If you just missed us, you've missed a fabulous initial kickoff return and a long pass play for the score with about 30 seconds gone of the game, you know.
Smith calls for the ball, fakes the handoff to Keith, rolls to his right. Pass is complete to Palmer all the way down to the 4-yard line. So it'll be first and goal for the Bulldogs.
It's just grinding it out is not what you call it. It's just grinding the action, keeping it going, keeping the ball moving.
Bulldogs right back up once again. This 3 wide receiver set. Smith and Keith once again in that shotgun formation. Smith calls for the ball, hands it off to Keith up the middle, and he's in for the touchdown.
I thought he was, although there were a couple of Gators hanging on him and would-be tacklers, but not able to do it. So 7 minutes and 30 seconds. Red River's on the ball on the scoreboard twice.
Hey, John, you have extra pen with you tonight?
I got extra paper. Let's see, which that was
Cameron
Jakelin.
Keith.
That's Cameron Keith? Okay, yeah.
Kick is up, and it is good once again. So 7 minutes and 30 seconds remaining in the first quarter. The score is your Red River Bulldogs 14 and Lakeview Gators 0.
All right, let's take a quick timeout. We'll be back.
Kilpatrick's Roseneath Funeral Home continues the tradition of service to families in the most trying of times. That is why a lifelong resident of Red River Parish is here to serve you. Martin Atkins is celebrating completing his first year as your funeral director. Caring, professional service is the reputation of Kilpatrick's Roseneath Funeral Home. In time of need, call on Martin Atkins at Kilpatrick's Roseneath Funeral Home on Ringgold Avenue in Coshada. They're here when you need them.
All right, we about ready to go?
It looks like we are. Lakeview's coach was out on the field giving his team a real good lecture, so back deep for the Gators, that's Elliott Grant, and do you have number 1 on one of the rosters
I
you
think
have?
that's Hickman.
Okay.
We got him number 2, but I think that's Hickman.
Oh, they went with that.
He's
Oh!
on the ground and it's recovered.
Bulldogs recover.
Yes. It looks like Kalen Collins went for it and fumbled it or muffed it and just couldn't hang on to it, but he touched it. The ball went to the ground, and the Bulldogs were right there.
Recovered by Jalen Grigg.
Jalen's got his number called 2 or 3 times already tonight, hadn't he?
He has. And Bulldogs once again start with great field position. First and 10 looks like at the 33-yard line. Shotgun formation, 3 wide receiver set. Smith calls for the ball. Drop. Okay, we have a official stoppage. Looks like a timeout by the Gators.
Does. Let's take us a timeout ourselves, and we'll be right back.
The Bank of Coshada is your hometown bank for mobile deposits. Bank of Coshada's free app allows you to make deposits anytime and anywhere. The Bank of Coshada was first in the community with free online banking, free online bill pay, and free 24-hour voice banking. They're FDIC insured and an equal housing lender. Your friendly hometown bank, Bank of Coshada.
Bank of Coshada. Hometown folks you know and trust.
Occasionally, we all need a little legal help. Everyone should have a family attorney who helps with their legal matters. Bethard & Bethard Attorneys at Law spans many years of service to the community. Call the Bethard Law Firm in Coshada on Ringgold Avenue or their Shreveport office at 7600 Fern Avenue, Building 1000. Phone 932-4071. Need legal advice? Call on your friends at Bethard & Bethard.
All right, we're back trying to get things going here. Let's see how it's working. Bulldogs, or rather the Lakeview Gators are up. Nope. My mistake. Maxie got a pass all the way down. I was distracted for a moment, folks, so I'm sorry, but That was a great pass by the Bulldogs, and Maxie did it, and he just roaming and roaming. All right. Well, amazing. The Dogs are on the board again. Ryder Hogan is out to make his third attempt, and we still got 7 minutes plus. And it's up, and it's good. And suddenly the Bulldogs lead 21-0. And like I said, we're 7 minutes and 19 seconds on the clock. Let's take a quick timeout, and we shall be right back. The best barbecue in Louisiana is found at the York Shop. They've been voted among the top 10 barbecue restaurants in the state. One taste will convince you. For lunch, in addition to great barbecue, the York Shop features home-cooked daily specials, homemade burgers, and fresh salads. The dinner menu features steak, seafood, and barbecue. Call 932-CHOP for takeout orders. Come to the York Shop in Coshada and come hungry. Hi, folks. This is John Brewer along with Terry Patterson. Terry, you situated there?
Yeah, yes, I am.
All right, we're ready to go and ready for the kickoff. Let's see what Mr. Hogan can do on this one.
Tell you what, Mr. Hogan is going to need a new leg after this one. They keep going like this.
Well, Lakeview takes it about the 25, and that's where it's going to be downed.
Brought down there by a whole host of Bulldogs.
You bet. First and 10 for Lakeview here.
Glad to see JoJo Steele back in action, who was under that pile on the stop.
All right, Lakeview's talking it over. They come up to the line a little slowly. I don't blame them. I mean, shell-shocked down 21-0, and you still got 7 half. You've got almost a half the first period to play. All right, Lakeview now in the shotgun formation. Woods calling for the ball. Quick handoff to his running back. Just goes nowhere.
At all. Stopped in there by Nate Mitchell and Johnny Maxey got up under their pile.
Yeah, it was a quick handoff to Ficklin, but Ficklin had no hole, just nowhere to go. And as soon as he got the ball, he was hit, actually lost to a yard and a half on the play. So Lakeview Gators have a 2nd and 12 now. Lakeview comes to the line. Quarterback Woods in the backfield by himself with wide receivers left and right. He drops back to pass. He's got Marcus Brewer all over him, and Marcus catches him and brings him down before he can get rid of the ball. And he brings him down to 25. That's probably 3 or 4 more yards lost there.
Right. Being chased down by Marcus Brewer and Nate Mitchell once again.
This is nobody. I don't think anybody touched Brewer on the way through the line, did he?
They didn't. He just ran free.
And he is so effective because Marcus must be 6'3", 6'4", and long, tall arms, and he can leap because he's a basketball player.
Right. His dad told me with his wingspan, he stands at 6'7".
At least. All right, now Woods again in the backfield. Got wide receivers both sides. He's under pressure. Gets it away quick. It just goes down the field nowhere. It looks like it was aimed for Evan Baker.
Yeah, defended there by Quintarius Lewis.
There wasn't the chance Mr. Baker's going to get to that ball.
Not at all. Well, that brings up 4th down.
Yep.
Let's see if they play keep away from Mr. Maxey's.
4th and 13. Well, Woods is back like he might want to punt. Let's just see what they do. But they have wide receivers left and right. There's the center, and it's going to punt. Doesn't go very far, but it's going to go out of bounds at about midfield. And linesman on the other side brings it back to the 46. So, again, Bulldogs have excellent field position.
Right, in their own territory once again. Let's see what they come out with. Shotgun formation, Smith and Keith in the backfield. This time only 2 wide receivers set. Rolls out to his left. Pass is completed to Brewer. Got 25, 20, 15, 10, all the way down to the 10-yard line.
Woo! A couple of them brought him down. Let's see if we can get some of that. Alex Perry was in on it, so was Ficklin on the stop. And the little exchange of pleasantries between the teams as they get up. It's got to be really, really frustrating if you're the Lakeview Gators.
Yeah, and the coach just ran out on the field and called a timeout in frustration.
So let's take us a timeout ourselves, and we'll be back in about 30 seconds.
American Bank is a full-service financial institution offering checking and savings accounts, home, personal, and business loans, and the other services you expect from your local bank. However, their greatest plus is their people. They are your neighbors, and they live just down the road. Personal banking is what sets American Bank apart. If you're seeking personal service, seek American Bank on Ringgold Avenue, member FDIC, and equal housing lender.
John Brewer, Terry Patterson at Strother Stadium in Coshada. First playoff game for the Bulldogs. They had a bye week last week due to a COVID situation. Northwood unable to play the game. Timeout's over. And we've got Lakeview coming back on the field here.
Gentlemen, we have 4 minutes and 57 seconds in the first quarter, and the score is already 21-0 with the Bulldogs knocking on the door again. So
It's gonna be a short night or a long night.
Right. Smith calls for the ball, fakes the handoff, rolls to his right. Wide open is Mr. Johnny Maxey once again for the touchdown.
Yep, there you go. Another one for the Bulldogs. At number 7 again. And that was about a 8-yard play, wasn't it?
Yes, it was.
So let's see if Mr. Hogan can stay perfect.
Kick is up. And it is good.
It is good. So 28-0 with we've got 4 minutes and 50 seconds to go, almost 5 minutes to go in the first period of play in this first playoff game for the Bulldogs. Let's take a quick 30-second timeout, and we'll come back with a kickoff.
David Hanna is a full-time evangelist that engages in revivals, crusades, and harvest days as God continues to bless David Hanna Ministries after 25 years. If there's one message David could leave with you tonight, it would be trust Jesus as your personal Lord and Savior before it is eternally too late. David and his wife Wanda are praying for an injury-free night on the field as well as for a safe trip home for the teams and their fans. Contact David Hanna Ministries at 318-286-7520.
Hi, folks. John and Terry with a runaway already in the first quarter, 28-0 for the Bulldogs. And Ryder Hogan's going to kick it off. Let's see if they've made any changes on the deep men. Don't believe so for the Gators.
Looks like Mr. Hogan is going to do that pooch kick once again, and he does.
And it's taken at midfield, but the player taking it falls down, so that's where he's going to be down. That was Omarion Barnum, I believe it is. And the ball is going to be on the 21. So not great, but not that bad field position to start off for the Gators.
Right.
Sometimes Ryder Hogan kicks it all the way into the end zone, and if that would happen there, they'd be starting off back on the 20. So not a bad place at all. Notice Coach Bachman going over to the lineman with a couple of comments there. All right, they're going to be ready to go. Quarterback Woods taking his time, giving instructions to the team. He's under center. And it's a pitch back to the left side, but nothing at all going there.
And all brought down by Tariq Hussein. Who else was in there?
What do you mean, who else?
Nicholas
Everybody
Grigg.
was in there.
Yeah, Nate Mitchell. I mean, you take your pick.
Okay, so that was a net of about 2 yards on the play. 2nd and 8 for the Gators. Woods brings them up. This time he's got 3 men in the backfield with him. Not running, only one wide out to the far left side. Looks like it's going to be a handoff, but almost a handoff to the Bulldogs because they were all over that group.
All over it.
In fact, they pushed them back some. Let's see, probably a yard.
Ronald Perkins, Marcus Brewer. Again, take your pick of who you want to call.
Yeah, they lost 2 on the play, bringing it up to a 3rd and 10 situation from the 21. Yeah, I missed a couple of weeks of the Bulldogs looking awesome. All right, Lakeview ready again in the shotgun. Looks back to pass. He's got a little dump it off up the middle. Pretty good up to the 31, 32 before brought down.
Stopped there by Stanley Sibley. Oh, no.
The player, Gator, can slow getting up, and we have immediate timeout by the officials. So while they tend to him, let's take ourselves a timeout, and we shall be back in 30 seconds.
Among the most fundamental needs are food, shelter, and access to health care. And there is one more requirement: people who care about what other people need. That's the story of Christus Coushatta Health Care Center. Their mission is to extend the healing ministry of Jesus Christ. Christus Coushatta is here to serve your health and wellness needs, from emergency services to dental to all other medical services. It's who we are. We're Christus Coushatta Health Care Center.
Terry, you get the number of the injured player?
That is
see.
number 25,
Yeah.
Elliot Grant.
No, that's the wrong. It's 25 white
Oh, I'm
jersey.
sorry.
That's Ficklin. Ficklin's been very active for the Gators.
Somebody online said that they can't see, having to zoom back in. They can't see.
Okay, we're let's see, what are we gonna do here? It's the 1st and 10, but we are pause here. They're still in the timeout. Terry, did you get the signal on that?
No, I didn't even see a flag. Whatever it was only a 5-yard penalty.
So Lakeview has a 1st down. They did that on the run when Mr. Ficklin was injured, and then a 5-yard penalty. That quarterback has it. He's got to pass. A little pressure, and it's intercepted all the way. That is Keith.
Cameron Keith returns it for the touchdown.
Oh, yeah, Keith right there on the interception. So that's going to be that's what, a 22-yard intercepted and touchdown?
Right.
And I believe that was Cameron Keith that picked it off, wasn't it, Terry?
Yes, it was.
Well, we've got a substitution coming in. Who is that? Nate Mitchell coming back into the game. Hogan ready for the PAT.
Got to be offside. Yeah, I think we're going to have offside against number 1 for the Gators.
It looks like that. If they do that, they'll give half the distance to the goal and do it again.
Well, I think he made the kick, so
Well, he
Coach Bachman may just decline it.
What are the options? Can you decline it? Can you take it on the kickoff?
No, they're going to have to decline it. Yeah, he declined it.
Okay. So on the
Wait, the PAT is good.
if they declined,
Right, the one official called the PAT good, so I'm not understanding why is he about to kick again.
so
Coach Bachman is trying to get an understanding as well.
well, we're just waiting to find out what happens.
Well,
They're going to evidently they're going to take that one off the board and give Mr. Hogan another shot at it. And that was partially blocked.
yeah, and if I was Coach Bachman, I'd be upset right about now.
Yeah, I don't understand how you can have a penalty, then you declined a penalty in order to take the result of the play.
And they didn't give him the result of the play, which is confusing.
Well, I tell you what, let's take us a 30-second timeout. I'll ask the officials here in the booth, and we'll see if we can straighten this mess out. We'll be right back.
Right.
Now open in Coshada, Family Eye Care. They are making appointments and delivering quality vision care. Call 318-702-2100 for your appointment. Family Eye Care is located in the former dentist office building next to Red River Industries on US 71 south of Coshada. You are invited to their modern eye care facility. Most vision insurance is accepted. Family Eye Care has locations in Natchitoches, Manning, and now open in Coshada. Family Eye Care, 318-702-2100.
All right, they're encouraging the crowd to get up and make some noise. We've got 2 minutes and 28 seconds to go in the first period. And the officials in the booth say that they figure what happened is on the first kick, there was a infraction, and the ball was blown dead before the kick happened, even though we saw it go through. So, there we go. We're going again. Lakeview gets it, brings it back up to about the 38-yard line.
Ran out of bounds there by Quintarius Lewis and Landon Brossette.
Is Brossette a freshman?
He is.
I believe he is, yeah. All right, so we have a 1st and 10 situation for the Lakeview Gators. They're going to try to get something going here in the first period. They're down 34. Quarterback is Brandon Woods. He's got one man in the backfield with him. One wide receiver, 2 wide receivers out far to the left. Woods going to keep it, and he picks up maybe a yard on the play. They're going to say he made it up to the 39.
Stopped in there by Trenton Griggs once again.
They'll give him a yard on that play. So 2nd and 9. All right, Lakeview's ready to go. They're taking their time between plays here. Clock down to minute 36.
They did that 2 weeks ago.
It's a quick handoff, and he gets away from 1 or 2 tackles, but that's it. And that is Ficklin again. He's been the, I guess to say, the best runner they've had tonight so far. Gets it up to the 46.
And cleaned up in there by Johnny Maxey that made that finishing tackle.
So we now have a third down and about 3. Correction, 3rd and 2 for Lakeview. This time they're sending, again, 2 men wide, including Hickman, from the shotgun. The ball is,
We have a flag on the play.
before the play got underway.
False start against the Gators.
Well, that'll back them up 5 yards. We'll bring up about 8 yards for a 7 yards for a first, 3rd and 7. Lakeview has Fickler to the backfield with Woods. Wide receivers to the top side. Fullback is going to get the direct snap and keep it and go nowhere on it.
Not at all. Ran into a wall of Bulldog defenders. The Gators are trying to go back to the first contest. They had major success running the quarterback, but tonight the Bulldogs are not having it.
Now the Bulldog defense has stepped up their game in the last couple of weeks, really doing a tremendous job. And that is the end, finally, of the first quarter.
Finally.
It scores 34-0, and we'll take a 30-second timeout and be right back.
Talk about convenient. Rivertown Market is right here at home with everything you need to prepare nutritious meals for your family. If you have a picky eater, Rivertown can please them. Like to grill on the weekend or invite friends over? Check out Rivertown Selection. Save even more with weekly specials listed every Wednesday in the Red River Parish Journal. Your hometown supermarket with a super selection is Rivertown Market is right here at home on the cutoff in Coshada.
Hi, this is Journal Sports, John and Terry at Strother Stadium here in Coshada. The rain hit most of the day, but this turf field, this beautiful new field, drained immediately. There's only a little bit of mist when we got here, Terry, so it's ready to go.
Yes, it is.
Let's see. We're going to change ends, so the Gators will now be on the south, defending the south end. Ball is being spotted at the 41. He's taking their time. I would imagine the coach has some things to say, some pointers for the guys. So we're about ready to start the second. We're ready to start the second quarter, and the Gators have the ball. They put a man in motion. And quarterback rolls back, but he is in deep, deep, deep trouble.
Very
down
deep.
at the 30.
Pressured there initially by Marcus Brewer and cleaned up there by Jarrell Jones.
He lost almost 10 yards on that field and on that play, and they switched the fields now. Red River will take over from their own 32, 31. And so, Red River has excellent position.
1st and 10 at the 30-yard line. Let's see what they come out with. Shotgun formation, 3 wide receiver set. Maxey, long wide receiver to the bottom of the field. Smith calls for the ball. Goes back to pass. Pass complete to Maxey. all the way down to the, what are they marking, the
Not the
18-yard line.
Yeah. Really and truly. Only the last man got him. That was Alex Perry, who brought him down at the 17. So 1st and 10.
Bulldogs are right back up. 3 wide receiver set. Shotgun formation. Smith and Keith in the backfield.
Yeah,
Let's see who they're going to be against.
Did Red River move?
No, offsides against Lakeview Gators.
That's what I thought. The two men on the end of the line, just a little bit too anxious there.
Well, now it's going to bring up 1st and 5 for the Bulldogs.
They're going to put the ball on the 12. Terry, you hadn't got any far to go. You could put it in from here.
3 wide receiver set. Smith and Keith in the backfield. Smith calls for the ball, fakes the pass, rolls to his right. Oh, pass intended for Jakias Palmer and just couldn't hold on to it.
Yeah, he was covered by Hickman, but that ball was just a little bit too slippery for him. So 1st and
be 2nd and 5 now for the okay, we have a flag on the play. I didn't see it.
yeah. Yeah, they charged the Bulldog with holding, so that moves it to the 30-yard line, and the Dogs have got quite a way to go.
So that must have been a spot foul, a holding from the spot.
Well, anyway, that's where they are.
Right. 1st and kilometers from the 30-yard line. Bulldog take the snap, rolls to it just too high, intended for Maxey.
Yeah, that ball was just a little bit high, not really catchable. Johnny jumped up, but was unable to bring it down. And that's going to bring up a 2nd. And let's see, 10, 20, 22, something like that.
Bulldogs come out in shotgun formation, 3 wide receiver set once again with Smith and Keith in the backfield. Smith calls for the ball, drops back to pass. Pass complete to Maxey. All the way down to the, where they mark him at.
Probably about the 15 or the 16.
Just shy of the 15-yard line. So
and then a flag late
Uh-oh.
comes in. That was a real late flag.
Well, there's been a lot of extracurricular activities going on by both teams. That personal foul against the Lakeview Gators. So is that the 5-yard or the 15-yard variety?
And that puts him on
Half a
the
distance
3-yard
to the goal.
line.
No, he only moved it to the 8-yard line, looks like.
Okay.
So it looked like it was a half distance to the goal from the spot. So did they give him an automatic first down? Because the mark is still
No.
saying 3rd down. Well, touchdown to Marcus Brewer.
Yeah, that's going to be an 8-yard TD to Marcus Brewer at 7:22 to go in the half.
That ball stayed in the air forever, looked like.
It did.
And the Gator players just kind of stopped and looked at the ball go into Mr. Brewer's hands.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's see what the extra point's going to do.
Kick is up, and it is good.
Okay. Your score now, 41 for the Bulldogs and nothing for the Lakeview Gators. We'll take a break. We'll be back in 30 seconds.
Have you heard? The dining room is now open at your Coshada Dairy Queen. The meal of the month is the loaded A1 Steakhouse Burger. And the blizzard of the month is the Snickerdoodle Cookie Dough Blizzard. Talk about great. Anytime you are hungry, head to Dairy Queen for a loaded A1 Steakhouse Burger. For dessert, order a Snickerdoodle Cookie Dough Blizzard. The dining room is open, or use the drive-thru at your Coshada Dairy Queen on Highway 71.
Well, we are in the second quarter, 6:03, and we do have the clock running now.
Oh, so they just chose to go to a running clock now.
It looks like it. The coaches agree we'll do the running clock even though the action is stopped. We're Red River's getting ready to kick off.
Yeah, this is what they did when we played them 2 weeks ago.
Yep.
So now, from my understanding, the only time the clock will stop is on a timeout or on an injury.
Yeah. Hickman and Ficklin are back deep for the Gators. It's taken by Hickman on about the 3 up to the 20, and he's brought down just across the 20-yard line. So Lakeview will have a first. They have yet to get on the scoreboard.
Bulldog fans, let's give our Bulldogs cheerleaders a hand tonight. It's cool when they're out there rooting on our team.
First and 10, 22 is where the ball is spotted. So Lakeview is slowly coming up. Quarterback Woods under center. It's a handoff over the tackle, but nothing there as Red River just jams them up.
Bulldogs are swarming to the ball like, I mean, it's amazing. Calling just one number tonight wouldn't do any justice because, I mean, I counted at least 6 different players in on that tackle.
Yes. 8 yards to go for a first, a second, and 8 for Lakeview. Lakeview has never been in a hurry this entire game.
Running
the clock
almost
down.
like where you're in the lead and you're trying to control the ball.
Yep. They line up with Perry out wide to the left. Only wide receiver, but it's a handoff to Hickman around the right side, and he does a little dance, makes it up almost to the 30. Let's see where he's sent him out of bounds. Right at the 30.
At the 30.
That was just to read the roster group of Bulldogs on that one.
Right. I tell you have so many flying to the ball. I mean, and they're making it there simultaneously. So you take your pick at who you want to call first.
Again, they're lining up. This time it's Alex Perry out wide as the only wide receiver. Up the middle to the, and it's nothing going. And a Bulldog comes out with the ball.
Cameron Keith came out with the ball, but the officials had stopped. I guess forward progress has stopped.
Yeah, they stopped. Well, they're again trying to hold things under control, so there's not too much frustration. But it's got to be, very, very frustrating for Lakeview. And we're only 30 miles away, and they've got maybe a dozen fans on the far side. That has also got to be very frustrating because Lakeview really supports their team.
They do.
All right, Lakeview ready to go again. One man in the backfields. Quarterback under center. Got a pitch it back, still trying to go up the middle and nothing there. And I think they stopped it before that play
Yeah,
started.
It looked like you're going to be false start against the Gators.
Yeah, that's the signal.
Fullback jump before the ball was snapped.
It'll cost them 5 and move them back. So 1st and 15 will be the situation. Terry, what are you doing next Friday night?
Waiting to see where the Bulldogs
We're,
will be.
we're going to be going somewhere, and it probably will be a road game.
Well, I looked at the bracket, and it's number 9 seed against the 26 seed. So
Yeah.
if the 9 seed win, we'll be back here next week.
All right, Lakeview keeping it up the middle, fake a handoff. Not much going there across the 30 to about the 31.
Stopped in there by, is that looking like D'Evan McDonald? No, that's Antron Williams.
It's 41-0, and the half is almost here, down to 40 seconds on the scoreboard clock. We are running the clock because of the one-sidedness of the score. Let's see, Lakeview may get another play in before halftime. And it's an up-the-middle play for a little bit, not nearly enough for a first down. Ball comes up to about the 37.
Stopped in there by Cameron Keith and Jarrell Jones.
And there's the end of the first half. 41-0 is the score at halftime. We'll take a minute pause and be back and talk about this first half and look to the second.
Kilpatrick's Roseneath Funeral Home continues the tradition of service to families in the most trying of times. That is why a lifelong resident of Red River Parish is here to serve you. Martin Atkins is celebrating completing his first year as your funeral director. Caring, professional service is the reputation of Kilpatrick's Roseneath Funeral Home. In time of need, call on Martin Atkins at Kilpatrick's Roseneath Funeral Home on Ringgold Avenue in Coshada. They're here when you need them.
So, folks, it is halftime, and the Dogs are well in command on this one. 41-0 is the score. And I think everybody on the roster scored, didn't they, Terry? Hey, did everybody on the roster score this first half?
It seems like it.
It sure does. It sure does. We're getting ready for some halftime activities, and we'll just pause here, leave the line hot for you. Can you watch what's going on? And we will be back for the second half in a couple of minutes. Folks, this is Journal Sports. We are at halftime, 41-0, and the halftime clock winding down. They'll put another 3 minutes on the scoreboard for the teams to warm up. Bulldogs just came out of the dressing room a moment ago. So we'll be getting ready very shortly. But in the meantime, let's take a quick timeout.
Kilpatrick's Roseneath Funeral Home continues the tradition of service to families in the most trying of times. That is why a lifelong resident of Red River Parish is here to serve you. Martin Atkins is celebrating completing his first year as your funeral director. Caring, professional service is the reputation of Kilpatrick's Roseneath Funeral Home. In time of need, call on Martin Atkins at Kilpatrick's Roseneath Funeral Home on Ringgold Avenue in Coshada. They're here when you need them. The Bank of Coshada is your hometown bank for mobile deposits. Bank of Coshada's free app allows you to make deposits anytime and anywhere. The Bank of Coshada was first in the community with free online banking, free online bill pay, and free 24-hour voice banking. They're FDIC insured and an equal housing lender. Your friendly hometown bank, Bank of Coshada.
Bank of Coshada. Hometown folks you know and trust.
All right, we're about ready to go. This is John and Terry. And any observations on that first half, Terry?
Bulldogs just keep doing what they're doing.
But I did get a flash. The principal, J.C. Dickey, let me know that A-Meat is our next opponent. They had a forfeit.
So we will be at home.
We will be at home if the Bulldogs can manage to pull it out. So, yeah, unfortunately their opponent had to forfeit, so they will come here for the second round of the playoffs.
But you know what? There was now with that one, that's been about 10, between 10 to 15 first round playoff games that had to be forfeited.
Yeah. And like during the season, there's a possibility of a reschedule, but not in playoffs.
Right, no. Well, Mr. Hogan is ready. Look like they're going to go back with that pooch kick again.
They're taking time waiting for the officials to say it's all clear. They reset the scoreboard, and we're about ready to go. Here he goes, Terry.
Oh, he's putting this one deep.
Yeah, down to the 1 yard line, whereas Lakeview takes it, makes it up past the 20. Looks like he's going to ramble on to about the 29 yard line. So that's a pretty good return.
Yes, it is. Brought down in there by Devin McDonald. and Douglas Robertson.
So it'll be 1st and 10 for Lakeview, 41-0. And we're just starting the second half. This time they come out with one wide receiver and a fullback in the backfield. Center hands off to Smith over the right side for maybe, well, I don't think he got anything, did he?
I know it looks like he may have lost a yard. Brought down in there by Jarrell Jones and Desmond Mitchell. And
Well, they've spotted it now at about the 32, so
oh, okay.
or
So
31, so it's a gain of about a yard and a half. Quarterback Brandon Woods gives him the instructions. Let's see what will come about.
they're taking their time. He's probably not going to snap this ball until it's under 10 seconds.
Yeah, they're just in the non-hurry up. You know, you hate to see it when a team concedes at halftime, but they are outmanned tonight. There's a handoff around. Noah faked me out, too, up the middle. And not much there at all. They're going to say he made it up to the 38. So 3rd and 3.
See what this Bulldog defense can do.
Well, they've been solid tonight.
They have.
Really have been solid tonight.
I don't think the Gators have gained the first down.
All right, Woods under center. Handoff this time to Smith around the right side, and he's met at the line, but manages to grind out enough for a first down.
Brought down in there again by a whole host of Bulldogs.
They're going to move the chains on that one. So 1st and 10. Ball spotted at the 42. This time, Lakeview has a wide receiver out to the right side. Quarterback has a fullback behind him. And it's a handoff around the left side. Nothing going there. Smith picks up about 2. They say he made it up almost to the 45.
Stopped in there by Stanley Sibley.
We've called him a couple of times tonight, too, haven't we?
We have.
So Lakeview has a 2nd and 2nd and 7. Lakeview up to the line again with one wide receiver. They still haven't gone to him. It's a quick handoff up the middle and just nothing much in there at all. Maybe 2.
Met in there by Desmond Mitchell immediately.
They just playing that same grinded out attack. Yeah. So if you take their time talking it over. Quarterback Brandon Woods give a few instructions as he gets down under center. And he drops it, has to pick it up, and he's swarmed by the Bulldogs and loses 2 or 3 on the play. Now they're going to say that he was down. Well, they moved the spot again. The ball now at the 43.
Keegan King is going to bring up 4th down. Let's see if they go for it or are they going to punt.
Well, at that loss there, they've got 9 to go, so it's a long way. And their running game has not been producing that many yards.
At all. The Bulldogs don't have anyone back, so it looks like the Bulldogs are expecting them to go for it.
There is a punt. It's going to roll out of bounds at about the 28 or 29.
Actually, marking right at the 30.
Well, they did. Yeah, let's see. That's going to give the Bulldogs great field position for a first down.
This is probably the first drive where the Bulldogs started in the opposite territory, not on their side of the field.
Yep, that was the best punt of the night, that's for sure.
Right. The Bulldogs come out in 4 wide receiver set, Smith and
that really spreads out that Lakeview defense. It really does.
really opens up the middle. Quick pass out to Stanley Sibley, all the way down to the 50. Looks like you're going to mark him down at the 47-yard line.
Yeah, Massaguba brought him down, but a good run for a first down from the Bulldogs. And notice that DeEvan McDonald is in there now.
And quarterback now.
Well, I caught on with that left-handed pitch there.
4 wide receiver set once again with McDonald and Maxie in the backfield. Pass thrown out to to Quentin Terrius Lewis. We have a Gator down. Oh, well, he's getting up.
I think it was the guy that was in on the stop there, Kurtz. Ball is spotted at the 41.
Bulldogs come out in that 4 wide receiver set. McDonald calls for the ball, fakes the handoff, and he stopped there in the backfield.
Yeah, just 3 of them, including Masangumba and let's see, Perry.
That's going to bring up 3rd and 8, about 7.
About that. Yeah, lost a couple on that play.
Bulldogs sticking with that 4 wide receiver set. McDonald and I don't know who is that in the backfield with him. Oh, miscommunication.
Yeah, a little bit of a miscommunication. That ball was overthrown. What was the nearest Bulldog?
Was Quintarius Lewis.
So the Bulldogs will have a 4th. Let's see if they're going to punt it away or just try for it.
They're going for it. They still have the offense out on the field.
D. Evans getting some instructions.
Four wide receiver set. McDonald in the backfield. Calls for the ball. Pass out to Quintarius Lewis once again, but he stopped immediately.
Good play by Smith for Lakeview. Anticipated, saw where the pass was going, wrapped him up as soon as it hit, and forced the turnover on downs. So the Gators now have 1st and 10. 3 minutes and 15 seconds to go. We do have a running clock in this second half. You hope the biggest concern at a game like this is that nobody gets hurt.
Correct.
All right, Lakeview up to the line. There's Woods. A handoff to Smith around the right. Picks up maybe 5 or 4. They say he got to midfield.
Stopped in there once again by a whole swarm of Bulldog defenders. Even this second team defense is swarming to the ball tonight.
It is. So they got a 2nd and probably 7. Lakeview continues to try to grind it out. They send one man wide to the left side, but they haven't gone to him recently. Here's center up the middle. Nothing.
Nothing at all. I mean, nothing.
Or less than nothing.
Stopped there by Landon Brosette and Tariq Hussein.
They gave it to Ficklin on the play. Ficklin has made a couple of really good runs up the middle tonight, but this was not one of them.
See if this Bulldog defense can get another stop.
I think the Gators are getting ready for this one. See what they can do with it here. Under center. Pass back. And there was an attempted pass that went incomplete on the play.
Defended there by Landon Brosette. He's everywhere.
He is.
He was just in on the line making the tackle. Now he's out defending deep receivers.
That was Slaughter, the receiver on that.
Let's see, are they going to go for it or are they going to punt?
Bulldogs have one man deep. Looks like they're going to go for it. Going to pass deep. He's got a man. It's Smith. Smith cannot bring it down. Smith cannot bring it down. So Red River will take over on downs.
And that's good for Red River that he couldn't, because JoJo Steele, which was the defender, was nowhere near him.
Clock is winding down. Doubt if we'll get another play in the third quarter.
Yeah, we're going to go ahead to the fourth.
Yeah, this running clock runs it really fast. And that's going to be the end of the quarter. We'll take a 30-second break. We will be back with the final quarter of tonight's game. The score 41-0. Bulldogs in command.
Occasionally, we all need a little legal help. Everyone should have a family attorney who helps with their legal matters. Bethard & Bethard Attorneys at Law spans many years of service to the community. Call the Bethard Law Firm in Coshada on Ringgold Avenue or their Shreveport office at 7600 Fern Avenue, Building 1000. Phone 932-4071. Need legal advice? Call on your friends at Bethard & Bethard.
It's John Brewer and Terry Patterson, and let's see, Darren is up top on the live action camera. Lewis Bailey is here, making everything work. Glad to have the opportunity to bring the game to you, the first playoff game for Red River. And the second one will be a meet and will probably be here next Friday night. And we'll be looking for ticket information. Because of the holiday, they sold the tickets at the gate.
Well, I'll take the snap. Pass completed to Calhoun. Maybe a 3 or 4 yard gain on the play.
Smith in on the stop. So was Krylan Collins for Lakeview.
Bulldogs come back up in that 4 wide receiver set once again. McDonald in the backfield. Calls for the ball, drop back to pass. Pass intended for Stanley Sibley, but just went right through his hand. And he'd probably still be running right now. Had
He
he caught
would.
it.
He would be, because there was nobody between him and the goal on a direct line. Anyway, McDonald was under pretty good pressure there from one of the Lakeview players who had penetrated the line. He had to get rid of it pretty quickly.
He did.
Now, we've got a lot of clean jerseys in there. A lot of players getting some extra time in the game.
McDonald and Jones in the backfield. Calls for the ball.
It was
Okay, false start against the Bulldogs.
yeah.
It's going to back him up 5 yards.
Yep. So it's 3rd and 12 for you, Terry. And they're ready to go.
They are with that 4 wide receiver set. Once again, McDonald and Jones in the backfield, fakes the handoff, and
He's down.
fumbled the ball, but he was able to pick it back up.
Well, they said down by contact. Again, some good immediate penetration there by Derek Rock for Lakeview. Clock rolls at 9:50 left in the game.
The Bulldogs are going to go for it?
Might as well. Okay, that's 10, 25 yards for a first, 4th and 25, and they're going to go for it. But if they turn it over here at the 35-yard line, it's still not bad field position. No,
Rolls out to his right. Pass is complete, but it's definitely not going to be enough for the first down. Pass complete to.
Yeah, that does not give them a first down, but it puts the ball across in the Lakeview end of the field. So the ball's on the 47, 1st and 10 from the 47 for the Gators.
That pass was completed to Stanley Sibley.
Clock rolling at 9.
Well, the good thing is neither team has very far to travel to go home.
That's right. That's right, which is kind of a surprise that there are so few Gator fans here, meaning it's only 30 miles up the road.
Right.
Anyway, Lakeview comes out. Woods under center. Got one man in the backfield with him. Nobody wide. Hands it off to Smith. Smith cuts over the tackle. Makes a little bit. Gets up to about the 45-yard line.
Brought down there on the tackle by JoJo Steele.
That's an 8-yard run for Smith. Gators make a substitution, taking their time. Here's Woods calling the signal. Let's see what he comes up with. Quick handoff up the middle and a little bit there, but not that much.
Stopped in there once again by a whole host of Bulldogs. Got enough for the first down.
Yes, he did. I think the reason there's always a whole host of Bulldogs in there is because Ficklin could shake a tackle in the middle of the run there. He just kept grinding and grinding.
He did.
So with a fresh set of downs, they hand it off to Smith, cuts over the left tackle, makes about 5 on the, let's make it 6 before he's brought down.
Stopped him there by Desmond Mitchell on the tackle.
Lakeview will have a 2nd and about 4 from the 34-yard line. And they've got a long way to go. To hand off to Smith. This time he's on the right side, and he's brought down almost at the line of scrimmage.
Brought down there once again by JoJo Steele.
I think they're going to say he netted 2 on that play is all. Okay, so 3rd down and 2 for Lakeview. Clock roaring at 5:50. We're wrapping this one up. Here's the quarterback under center. Quick handoff up the middle, and they may have picked up a couple, but I don't believe they made enough for the first. Looks like they're a yard short.
All right, the officials are signaling 4th down.
Again, they're going to Ocetric Ficklin. They've used him a lot this evening.
Quarterback is hobbling a bit.
So 4th down and 1 yard to go. Clock at 5, no score for Lakeview, 41 for the Bulldogs, all of it coming in the first half. And Lakeview tries to go up the middle, and he probably got it. They're signaling that the ball crossed the 30.
I don't know from the official close. Well, yeah, they gave it to him.
Well, Woods gets up, has to adjust his equipment, but he did make the first down on it, so 1st and 10 from the 29. Lakeview would like to get on the score once during this game. The coaches agreed before halftime that we're going to just run the clock.
Right.
And Red River hasn't run up the score after that point. Here they go, Lakeview. Hand off to Smith. He's got some room, and is he upended Everett about the 21, 22-yard line.
That was Jalen Griggs that came and took his legs out from under him.
He just submarined him. They're going to spot it at the 21, and 2nd and 1, a long one. Lakeview trying to grind one out on the ground here. Let's see what they do for the 2nd and 2. Woods under. Has a handoff. Up the middle is a big hole and rambles down to the 10. I believe that was Howard. Yep, enough yardage there for a first down, Terry.
Yeah, brought down in there by Jaden Young.
Bulldogs have been holding tight, but they've been giving a little lately because they do have some substitutions in there.
Right.
Get some extra experience. Here's the center with a handoff, and it's going to be all the way in. Handoff to Smith over the left tackle, and he makes it in for about 9 yards for the touchdown. The first score comes with 2 minutes and 40 seconds to go in the game.
Tell you what, Mr. Woods was lucky to hand that ball off because we had a Bulldog defender that was on him as he was handing it to the running back.
Yep, he was. Let's see who is the kicker on this one. The quarterback's going to hold. That's Woods. Let me get the number on the kicker. And it is blocked.
The kicker looked like number 6, Holtz Helms.
Yeah. But Landon Brosate, freshman, in on the block. And some others. So 41-6. Yeah. Okay, we're ready for the kickoff, we think.
Yeah, there's confusion on what side of the field, who's supposed to be on what.
Well, you know. So they finally got on the board, 6 points, so 41-6 is our time, and that was like with about 2:40 to go, and the clock's going to run out before they get this kick. So the PA announcers encourage them to get up and make some noise. And let's see, only one person deep, only one maxi back deep. I believe that's Stanley.
This game may end before the kickoff is done.
It easily could. Kicker is Messimgamba. That's McDonald going to make some distance there. Finds a couple of holes, Terry. And he just goes all the way down to about the 48. And Pennington is the one that brought him down. 20 seconds to go. Clock is running.
Yeah, they're not going to even go into a huddle.
No need to. And that's going to be the end of it. Final is 41 for the Bulldogs and 6 for the Lakeview Gators. We'll wrap it up after this 30-second timeout.
The best barbecue in Louisiana is found at the York Shop. They've been voted among the top 10 barbecue restaurants in the state. One taste will convince you.
For lunch, in addition to great barbecue, the York Chop features home-cooked daily specials, homemade burgers, and fresh salads. The dinner menu features steak, seafood, and barbecue. Call 932-CHOP for takeout orders. Come to the York Chop in Coshada and come hungry. All right, this is John and Terry. We wrap this one up quick because running clock all during the second period, the second half of this game. Terry, Bulldogs dominant. A
Very
machine
dominant.
on offense, a machine on defense. They started off on fire and went up from there.
They did. And it just, I mean, before you know it, you look up in the first quarter and you're down 4 scores or up 4 scores, and like, wow.
Yeah. Wow didn't even describe it. I mean, they scored with like less than 20 seconds gone in the first of the game. First score come at 11:44, then at 7:30, 7:19, 4:50, 2:28. And then we go to the second period of time, and they scored once in the second.
Yeah,
And,
it was just that was an awesome display of offense.
Well, I hope they saved a few for A-Meet next week, because we'll be back on the air at about 6:45 next Friday night. So I don't know what to say other than, hey, it's been a great day and a great night here for the Bulldogs. Terry, thank you for being with us.
Thank you for having me.
And I want to say thanks to our sponsors. If I can find my magic sheet with all of them on it. Here we go. We want to thank American Bank at Rivertown Market. Also want to thank the York Chop, the Bank of Coshada, Bethard and Bethard Attorneys at Law, Coshada Dairy Queen, Kilpatrick's Roseneath Funeral Home, Christus Coshada Healthcare Center, and Family Eye Care, now open here in Coshada. So, folks, that's it for tonight. Again, 41-6 is your final score as the Bulldogs move on. And we're going to move on, but we're not going anywhere. We will tie in with A-Meet next Friday night here at Strother Stadium. So be with us for that. Until then, y'all have a very good weekend. We'll see you next